Welcome back, everybody. My name is Tank. Today is December 9th, 2021, and as everybody is running for the hills, screaming bloody murder, I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents about what's happening in the market. But before I do, if you guys would, do me a huge favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new here and you don't know, when you subscribe to my channel, you're actually entering a giveaway where you could possibly win yourself a 50-inch flat screen TV and or an MSI 2060 GPU just for being supportive and hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. You heard it. When we hit 1,000 subs, I'm going to be giving away absolutely free both of those amazing prizes to 2 lucky individuals. Absolutely free. It don't matter where you're at in the world. If you have a shippable address, if you're one of those lucky winners, when we hit 1,000 subs, it could be you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So throughout all of this negative stuff going on, do something supportive. Do something positive. Takes you like 0 seconds. Costs you 0. All you got to do is hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You could win one of those 2 great prizes. You could be a winner. Either way, throughout all of this cockapoo-poo. Let's talk about this cockapoo-poo though. I know a lot of people right now are like, oh no, like I said, run for the hills. This is all over. We're looking at the S&P 500 on the daily. I'm using Market Cipher as my primary oscillator and indicator tool. First thing I want to point out to you guys is throughout all of this BS, where are we? Well, we're above the 200 EMA, which is this white line right here, and we're above the 50 EMA. The S&P still above the 200, still above the 50 EMA, even throughout all of that. I know I'm being a little silly today, guys, but I think I need to try to make you guys laugh, try to switch your mind to a different way of thinking. Look at what's right in front of you, guys. Look, if Evergrande wants to come out and say that, hey, we really can't repay our humongous loan, we knew that. This isn't news to us. Thanks for finally admitting it. We knew you couldn't pay it back when you told everybody the first time. Are you kidding me? This ain't news, and I don't think it was news to a lot of other people or institutions as well. Like, look at the charts. If it was news, what would you guys have seen? That's what you guys would have saw. Right? Right. That's what you guys would have saw. Like, instantly. Like, the markets would have opened up. The traditional markets would have opened up, and everybody would have been if that was news. Go somewhere else, China. Get your house in order, China. Look, that's not news. And also, it's not news that we're going to be expecting volatility at the end of the year. I'm not saying that this is the sole reason for all this downward selling pressure, but I tax harvest. Do you? You should be tax harvesting throughout the year with all the incredible gains that you were getting, whether it be in crypto especially, or the traditional market. This is the S&P. Look at this, guys. It's massively healthy. It's insanely healthy. We were doing, if you weren't making gains here, you were doing something really, really wrong with your investing. Look at the Dow Jones. If you weren't making gains here and tax harvesting on the way up, you were doing something extremely wrong you shouldn't be investing or doing anything. This is NASDAQ. Look at this. This is on a daily chart, guys. If you guys weren't taking some kind of a position where you were offsetting your taxes on the way up this whole time, and you needed to do it right here, which, again, I was expecting people to be doing in the late part of this quarter. You got to do what you got to do. It's not a bad thing, guys. Hey, it's the name of the game. Try to pay as little taxes as you can. Don't not pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. But, that's the name of the game. They're there for a reason. You want to get rich? Do what the rich people do. Tax harvest. So I kind of expected that to happen. And, I kind of expected some more volatility with this whole, I'm going to just say it, guys. The whole new variant out there. Thankfully, that turned out to be better news than not. Again, this is just my opinion. You guys might be like, yeah, that Tank guy's crazy. Look, they came out and said doctors. I'm not a doctor. I'm none of that. I'm just a dude relaying the same stuff that another dude said on the internet. We're just some dudes relaying the same stuff that these doctors and professionals have said. That new variant that was out there in Africa, it's actually kind of a blessing for us as a whole. They're saying it's more of like mild cold. The more people that get that variant and build up antibodies, it's better for us long term. So, kind of a double-edged sword. Like, nobody wants to hear of new variant, but honestly, at the same time, it wasn't that bad. But there's still people, which again, different strokes, different folks. I'm not faulting you. If you guys want to be fearful, if you guys got to do, you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, do you, boo. I said that a million times in my videos. You do you, boo. If you guys want to take your assets, head for the hills and take what profits you do have, I get it. I'm not faulting you. You get your money, son. You get your money and run. Good for you. I'm happy. Protect those investments. Protect those assets. If you need that money and you can't afford this, if you can't afford to go through volatility, you don't want to go through volatility, can't nobody tell you you did anything wrong. You sell. You sell and you do what you got to do, boo-boo. I get it. But, you know, with all of that happening, with the Fed saying, oh, yeah, we see inflation actually being, finally admitting that inflation is like really out of hand. We might actually have to, you know, start raising rates sooner rather than later. We're going to have to start tapering sooner rather than later. You haven't done it yet. You haven't done it yet, and I'm calling you bluff. That's just me. I could be absolutely wrong. Clip this. I don't care if you guys put me on the spot later and I look like a doofus. Clip this. I'm calling you bluff. I think you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't raise interest rates too quickly on us. You can't start tapering too quickly on us. You're just going to crash the market. And we have a supply shortage, demand, whatever thing going on. Whatever you want to call it, manufacturing or shipping, supplying issue. Think about things, guys. Think about everything right now. Think about everything. And I'm just going to go back to the fact right now. This is a daily candle, right? These are daily candles here. We're on the daily chart. If this was like as big as they're making it out to be, we'd be seeing NASDAQ. We'd be seeing S&P. That's what we would be seeing in the traditional market. That's really what we would be seeing. Now, I could be wrong. This could just be a delayed thing where people just don't really know. They just got smacked in the face, and later on, they're going to be like, oh, I'm crying. Sell it all. I don't want to get hit again. You know, could be. Yeah, could be. But you know what? I'm willing to wait it out. Myself, personally, not financial advice. I'm not a financial investor. I'm not a wizard. I'm not none of that. I'm not a rogue. You do you, boo. Like I said, this is just me. I'm calling you bluff. I'm calling you bluff, especially with my crypto investments, guys. Let's go on over to the crypto world here. This is Bitcoin chart right now. We're trading at $48,330, give or take. And this was the line on the daily that I've been following for some time. We're right underneath it right now. We're right underneath it, guys. This went all the way back to when we had the big sell-off when COVID was released on us back in March 2020. And ever since that big sell-off, we've held up this line so far. Now, we are just underneath it right now. We are just underneath it right now. The question is, does it hold up? Will it hold up? I can't tell you that for certain. I can only zoom out on the charts. Let's go to the weekly and tell you long-term, which I'm a long-term investor, it's to the right and up. Charts don't lie, man. Charts don't lie. So you do you. You sell. You do you. I get it. I get harvesting Bitcoin. I get selling tops and reaccumulating. I get all of that. Don't think I'm not doing that with some of my assets. I'm just saying, patience in this game gets rewarded. Now, right now, guys, like I said, on the daily, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if after, especially this Friday's options expiry, if we don't gain momentum and recapture back up to $54,000. That's where I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if this happens. Now, if this doesn't happen, hey, things might be different. I might make a whole different video. But if this doesn't happen and we don't reclaim this and move on, or at least thread this in some shape, fashion, or form, things might be different. But I'm being patient. Volatility in this game happens. If you're not ready for it, maybe don't overextend. Maybe don't be in this game. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the game for you. I don't know. But all I can tell you is if you zoom out, it's to the right and up. Let's go on over to Solana. Let's go talk about some of the things that I'm seeing for some of these other crypto assets right now. This is the TA that I just want to share with you guys real quickly on my charts, guys. Again, guys, this isn't any kind of financial advice. This is just me sharing with you guys what I have charted right here. Again, if you zoom out on Solana's chart, it's done quite well ever since being released on Coinbase. As you guys can see right now, we're on a downwards descending triangle pattern. Believe it or not, that's actually a bullish pattern after we go through the volatility. The likelihood of us breaking up and out of a descending triangle pattern is higher than us falling out of it. That's just TA. That's technical talk happening. Fundamentally, who knows, right? Like I said, if things actually get out of hand, if people start getting really, really fearful and start, getting really, really extreme with everything, who knows? But I can tell you right now, there was a lot of big money buying some major assets. Three Arrows just bought a ton of Ethereum right around this price. Michael Saylor also bought a ton of Bitcoin just recently. Another just bought a ton of Bitcoin. Whales are accumulating around this area, guys. That doesn't fit the narrative. That doesn't fit the narrative of we're going into a multi-year bear cycle. Why would these guys who know way more than we do buy around this level? Why would they even think about reaccumulating, even if it is smaller positions, which it wasn't? It was quite a bit of money at these levels. Think about it. It doesn't fit. But again, going back to this descending triangle pattern on Solana, guys, this is how you measure it from the opening here. You take that measurement. Now, it could be anywhere down here. Let's just go all the way to the bottom here. We could pop back up above $220, even if we keep going down all the way to about here on the charts. At the end of December, that's actually Christmas. We could see something like that happen and pop, come right back up. Could. Not saying it will, but could. So be on the lookout for that until this pattern is broken. Whatever. I'm just accumulating slowly. I'm DCAing. That's just me. Let's move on over to Crow. This is Crow. Let me zoom in on the charts right here, guys. Crow needs to break this resistance line on the daily, guys. Let me zoom in a little bit better for you guys. As you guys can see, we're flirting between these two fib lines on the Fibonacci retracement, which is the 0.5 and the golden ratio. Right now, we're in between that, just kind of going sideways. It is, if you zoom in really, really well, guys, we're flirting with staying or breaking this resistance line. It did just recently, but right now, we're seeing if we can actually break that and catch some momentum upwards, guys. I do think Crow is a very, very good token to hold long term. Again, that's what I'm doing. This is like a 5-year hold for me. I'm very, very bullish on Crow going forward. Let's talk about Ethereum, guys. Ethereum, this is what I have going on the Japanese candles. As you guys can see, this is our current level of resistance. We're fighting it right now on the charts. And this lower line here has been our support line for some time, guys. We have rallied and rallied and rallied and rallied. And yes, we did wick through. We did wick through. But until it actually invalidates itself, I'm keeping it up. I'm keeping it up, guys. That's just me. That's just what I'm working with right now. Right now, I'm really more focused on this resistance line for Ethereum. I'm trying to see if we can get through all of this FUD, if we can get through tomorrow's option expiry, if we can recapture this and bounce off of it and use it as a springboard of support going forward. We just talked about Bitcoin going forward. I'd like to see something like this happen over the next week or two. Again, guys, we might see some downward momentum. We could come all the way back down to 44, 43. If that breaks, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yes, I'm going to call it. We're in a bear cycle or bear market, excuse me. And I'll just be accumulating. I'm not selling it. I'm just accumulating. I've already sold for profits, guys, and I'm just going to be holding my moonbags, guys. Right now, Luna still trading above $70. That, dude, there's nothing. Like, honestly, with Luna, guys, there's nothing you can tell me right now that looks like, you know, is going to stop Luna. This is the long trend, guys. This is the long trend on the daily. Look at that. Still above the 200, still above the 50. Think about the tokenomics. You have to burn Luna to get UST. Even if we go into a bear market, guys, Luna might be one of those that you want to be into because that's going to be the one thing that people actually do burn so they can get into UST and hold their stablecoin going forward. Throughout all of this dip in volatility, guys, if you guys didn't know, Luna or UST held its peg quite well. Luna and UST held its peg quite well. DOT right now, guys, same thing earlier. This is the resistance line that it needs to break right now. It's just kind of playing between this support and this resistance. Again, guys, this is kind of like, I'll be honest, I was kind of reaching for this support line. I only have 2 touches here, and this is recently made with that really big dump not too long ago, a couple of days ago. But hey, after 2 touches, you guys know I extend. I try to see if it holds up. If not, I'll take it away. But that's what I have going on right now. I'd like to see DOT re-pump back above this trend line and recapture the EMAs. If it doesn't, guys, it might actually just be accumulating and something that you have to hold for some time. Again, guys, I'm super bullish on DOT. Anything that's working towards interoperability in whichever way they are working it, I'm super bullish on. Atom, guys, you guys already know me. I'm a super big Cosmonaut. I'm a humongous Atom fan. There's a million reasons why I could tell you guys to remain bullish for Atom. Right now, it's still in its descending wedge pattern until it gets broken. Like I've said many times before, I'm not sweating it, guys. Right now, this is still a bullish pattern that we're in. Hey, it's whatever, man. If we come down, guys, we could realistically come down and test this trend line here, which would be all the way down to $15. I do think long term that trend will actually hold up if we do see a major sell-off. I'm not expecting that to happen because, again, like I said, I'm calling bluffs. AVAX right now, guys. AVAX is doing quite well, actually, long term. Again, daily time frame. This is the trend line that I'm seeing. Yes, we did wick below that, but the majority of it has held up. So until that actually breaks firmly, I'm not invalidating it, guys. We're still above the trend line. And as you guys can see, we're trying to recapture this 50 EMA, which is this yellow line right now, guys. But that's what I have going on. That's my 2 cents about what's happening. I know it was a little bit longer than usual, but guys, I just kind of, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not, but I want to give you guys my 2 cents about everything. I don't think there's been a day that's gone by throughout all this volatility where I actually haven't bought a little bit of something. Honestly, not financial advice, that's just me. Because I do think that we're going to be seeing alts run, especially alts run here shortly, guys. Anyway, with that being said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Stay blessed. Don't get wrecked. Peace.